We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Tonight, we wrap a busy first week of the season with a second of two on a Monday night between the San Francisco 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals. Ready to rock and roll. Here's Jonathan Garibay. And off we go to wrap up the week on a Monday night. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's caught at the 10. A huge play there right off the bat. 73 yards. It's so easy to focus on the speed and elusiveness of Kyler Murray, but as he shows right there, don't sleep on the arm strength.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they have this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity, unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
Here's Murray. That's to McBride, and he has it. Touchdown, Cardinals. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Cardinals are on the board here first in the season opener. We thought they may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be fielded inside the 5. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 37. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. A beautiful fake. There's the stiff arm. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Successful start to the drive. 17 yards and moves the sticks.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On 2nd and 9, Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Now, 1 for 1, a lot more to go. On 1st down, Farrell to the 27-yard line.
Oh, Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Down right around the 25. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Taken in at the 3. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, 49ers. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. It usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, he's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Cardinals. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Lance. And that is incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
4th down, out comes the punter, Drew Chrisman. Fielded just inside the 20. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago, they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
Play action. Now it's Murray. He's going deep for Brown. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Murray now to throw. He's got McBride here over the middle. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
He's going deep for Brown. And he's got it inside the 10. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act to this first quarter. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
2nd down and goal. Murray, that's to McBride, and he has it. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cardinals are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Off of play action, here's Lance. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick 6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, set.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Tackle there by Rashard Lawrence.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll try the left side. Farrell. And some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Ready. Trouble, 38.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And now they'll throw with Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 40. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Ready?
They'll try the left side. Farrell. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Lance. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
Strike 2.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Ready, set. Check right. Ready.
A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Lance on the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Cardinals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. Marquise Brown, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cardinals are able to widen their lead here in this first half. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Lance. This one caught by Kittle. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. They'll run on 1st down. Farrell. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. On play action, Lance. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance taking a shot for Samuel. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Lance. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 15-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Play action. Now it's Lance. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Bryan Edwards. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Niners get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. Going for the deep ball. He's got him in. Complete. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Murray. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Murray. And this is caught inside the 5. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Murray again. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught by Brown for a Cardinal touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals would extend their lead here just before halftime. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. And he is into the end zone, so they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go. Here we go.
A final shot before half for Lance. He's going to air one out. He's got him in. Complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
The first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And, look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after it.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps him move the sticks. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Farrell, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 2nd and 12, Lance. His throw incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Now Lance. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On the double.
Lance and company going on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. Then the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Play fake. Murray. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is caught by Brown for a Cardinal touchdown. Marquise Brown, 48 yards. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on fourth down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Lance now to throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On the ball. On the ball.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. Lance looking to throw it. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. And the Cards are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And into the end zone, a pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Extra point up and good by Garibay. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Take it in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six. And
I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, Charles, I've heard of backing up to avoid the rush. I think this takes that to a whole new level.
And not upper level either.
This is taken at the 23. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30.
Ready.
They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive to about the 33-yard line.
Here we go.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Lance. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out? And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the 1st down sack. Murray, he's going deep for Brown. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And some room to run now. And the 49ers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Throw, 52.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. A handoff left, McCaffrey. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
97. White.
The Lance going to throw. And now here is another interception. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. And I think they are going to get... Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Able to get this one to McBride. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. With that last completion, CDs now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. On play action, it's Murray. And this one's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. On play action, they'll throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
35 yards that time on the punt, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lance winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Let's go.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Lance to throw it. And my goodness, another interception. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Cardinals are going to take possession of the football. And they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Murray. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
On 2nd and 10, Murray. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel. Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Murray now. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Well, CD, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurting this.
And he brings this one all the way back. So definitely good for the individual stats. Maybe not for our storyline, but he's in for the late score. Garibay on for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big, he's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
To throw again on 2nd down, Murray. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
They'll run for it with Connor. And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the 1st down and then slides to the ground. Now, this was not just the opener of a brand-new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Cards, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle.